Welcome to UD News with myself, Billy Gibula, and Carl Rousseau, where we give you the news of the week in review.
That's right, Billy. The flu season is getting worse, and U.S. health officials say it's because the flu vaccine this year only covers about 40% of the strains. On a good year, it will cover 70 to 90. We're a little lacking this year. 44 states reported this week that they had rampant flu activity, up from 31 last week.
Thanks, Carl. On Thursday, February 14th, Stephen Kazmierczak, a student at Northern Illinois University, opened fire on students at the university, killing 5 students and then himself. Officials say the student had stopped taking his medication and had been acting erratic recently. But Northern Illinois University Police Chief Donald Grady described Stephen as an outstanding student and said he was revered by the faculty, staff, and students alike. There were no red flags, Grady said. Our prayers go out to the families of the victims.
As early as this week, the Pentagon plans to shoot down a spy satellite with concerns that its fuel will be toxic to wherever it should land. The U.S. has never pulled off an operation like this before to shoot down a satellite, said General James Cartwright, Vice Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. The Pentagon denies claims that this is an effort to prevent information from falling into the wrong hands. Quote, "This is all about trying to reduce danger to human beings," said James Jeffrey, Deputy National Security Advisor. On the plus side, even if the missile should miss, the only place affected will be California, and they really can't go much further downhill.
Archbishop Jose Gomez complained about a rally for Hillary Clinton held at St. Mary's University in San Antonio, the oldest Catholic college in the city. "I was neither advised nor consulted by the university before the decision was made to have Senator Clinton speak at the university," said Gomez in a statement released by the Archdiocese of San Antonio. Gomez said he was not trying to tell people how to vote, but that U.S. Catholic bishops have affirmed a statement calling on Catholics not to honor or give platforms to political candidates and office holders who, quote, "act in defiance of our fundamental moral principles," end quote. Gomez stated that Clinton's support for abortion rights and embryonic stem cell research was not in line with Catholic values. It's a good thing nothing controversial happens at this school.
After decades of being teased about their awful, wretched teeth, Britain is finally taking action. Here with that story is our field reporter, Ben Russo, in England.
Thank you, Carl. I'm standing in front of Parliament today, where Health Secretary Alan Johnson proposed a bill to increase the fluoride content in local drinking water. Currently in England, only 10% of drinking water is fluoridated, compared with the 2/3 in the United States. One opponent, John Graham of the National Water Association, calls it medication without consent and is very opposed. It is reminiscent in many ways of the taxation without representation scandal of 1776. Back to you, Carl.
Way to go, Britain. Fight to keep up those negative stereotypes. And now for sports.
Roger Clemens, a major league pitcher who has won a record 7 Cy Young Awards and is considered to be one of the greatest pitchers ever, appeared before Congress and a national audience on Wednesday, February 13th to testify against Brian McNamee. McNamee, Clemens' former trainer, claims to have injected Clemens with steroids and HGH several times over the course of his career in the Mitchell Report, a report released on December 19, 2007, covering the history of steroids in baseball and naming several players accused of using performance-enhancing drugs. The hearing on Wednesday concluded with both sides sticking to their stories and nothing definitive being decided. However, both Clemens and McNamee were under oath and could be charged with perjury if it is found that one of them lied during the hearing. You know, Carl, this whole steroids issue in baseball has really blown up in the past few years. What do you think about it?
Well, Billy, I don't play baseball, but I don't do steroids either.
Very insightful, very insightful.
Thank you.
The NBA All-Star Game was held Sunday, February 17th, as All-Stars came out to New Orleans to play in the 2008 All-Star Game. Unfortunately, we filmed this show Saturday, so we can't tell you who won. We can, however, make up some details. Dirk Nowitzki led the West with 235 points in the first half before being trampled on by Yao Ming and breaking his leg. After Dirk broke his leg, he scored an additional 104 points. This, however, was not enough to stop LeBron James and the East as he led them to victory, scoring 12 of their 14 points.
Billy, I'm going to be pretty honest here. That doesn't make any sense. How could they win if they only scored 14 points? Dirk trampled on them. And now back to the news. A high school in Florida had quite the fiasco the other day. The accidental push of a button sent 2,550 calls to concerned parents saying that their children had Saturday detention, when in fact only 16 households should have received a call. Man, the crazy things that happen with the push of a button these days.
Yep. What does this button do, you think?
I don't know.
Okay, let's try it.
Go for it, Billy.
Whoa, that's kind of weird.
You're telling me.
Let's push it again and see if it changes.
Okay.
Oh, that's kind of weirder.
Still pretty weird.
This isn't helping.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's enough of that.
Okay.
All right. And that's UD News, the week in retrospect. Signing off, this is Billy Gibula.
And I'm Carl Rousseau. Welcome to UD News, where we give you this week's news in review. Where we give you the news of the week in review. That's good, huh?
That's right, Billy.
That one was bad. That's good though. Then I'll try and
Yep.
say it right. Okay.
Take real, for real.
Mhm.
You're going to start talking to the camera now. That's right, Billy.
What?
I don't know.
Achoo!
Hey, Trish. I'm working with my friend Billy on something. My sister says hi.
Oh.
Up from 31 last week. And then something happens.
What happened?
I don't know. Well, I don't know. We just need to somehow get it to you.
Like yourself, okay. Cut like 4, 5?
17, I don't know. Pentagon denies claims about this.
Sorry.
Yep. The Pentagon denies claims that this is an effort to prevent information from falling into the wrong hands. Started that sentence again.
Okay.
Compose yourself, Billy. The Pentagon denies claims that this is an intelligence problem.
Okay.
Okay, really. No, just kidding.
Okay.
The Pentagon denies claims that this is a matter of intelligence problems.
Okay. It's not funny. There's nothing
No,
funny
there's not
about
funny.
it. Oh, I'm almost crying. Okay.
Said James. James Jefferson, different James. Darn it. On the plus side, even if the missile should happen to miss the satellite.
So how does the story end?
I don't know.
But you just said James, and then you just were like, what's a different James?
Okay.
Are you going for the Pentagon line again?
Yeah.
Dang it.
I know.